Hello, beautiful beings. So, today I wanted to speak with you about angel medicine and how to work with the angels in a way that is actually very deep and very transformative for your life. And we are going to be working with the angels today in terms of color. We're going to be working with different colors. So, I'll explain all that I have to explain as we move along. So, first off, I recognize that in this society and even in the spiritual community, we have this idea of angels as being just like very sort of light and fluffy. These beings with wings and halos, that, very people, very much in their higher chakras work with. It's not grounded. And maybe people question even if there is like reality, if that's even real, right? However, the reality of working with angels, when you are actually working with angels, is very deep and very different to what we think of as working with angels. Because when a lot of people talk about angels, they're referring to, maybe I call on Archangel Michael once a month or once every couple weeks when I remember to. Or, oh yeah, I have Doreen Virtue's angel cards and sometimes I pick one. So I totally work with angels. But if that is someone's experience of working with angels, they are at such a surface level of their experience with angelic medicine. And that's okay. And actually, that's how a lot of people start. And if they choose to go a lot deeper, then potentially that's how the door opens up for them. But today I wanted to explain to you how you can actually work with angels in a very real, deep way for those of you who feel drawn to work with the angelic realms, but maybe need a little bit of guidance on how to do that. So what I do and what I teach is actually working with color rays, different rays of colored light. Because what we need to understand is angels are actually light. And how I experience angels and how many other beings experience angels is as different colors of light. So if you were to think about Archangel Michael, well, and I really like the name, the more proper pronunciation would be Michael, and the feminine aspect of Michael would be Michaela. So if you were, invoking Michael or Archangel Michael, you might tune into this beautiful sapphire blue light, an orb of light, or just tuning into that frequency. Now, the angels will show themselves to you in different ways. It might come into your imagination or your mind as, yeah, sure, like a human sort of looking being with beautiful wings. There is no issue with doing that. And if that helps you to connect with that angel more deeply and feel safer with them, or a little bit like you can kind of recognize their intelligence and their power by seeing them that way, there is absolutely no problem with them. With that. However, you could just as easily picture an angel being, a lion, if you were, wanting to invoke an angel, maybe how you would see them coming in, how it works for you is a lion or whatever it is, okay? So I do just want to start out by saying, angels are light. However, again, however they come to you is perfect, and that will not diminish how powerful they are when you work with them. But what I do recommend when you are working with angels is to always see that color of light, whether you see them as a different form or not as an orb of light. Because when you invoke that light medicine, so Archangel Michael's would be sapphire blue bordering on violet. Archangel Raphael's would be an emerald green, for example. Archangel Zadkiel's would be the beautiful violet, the archangel or the amethyst sort of ray. You receive that archangel's medicine inside of your body. So you'd want to feel into a color ray that feels resonant for you. Or you'd want to know which angel that you're wanting to work with, what that color would be that's associated with that angel. So let's keep it to my vibe, which is often the blue ray as an example. So we're going to invoke Archangel Michael. And so we're going to breathe in this sapphire blue ray. You can even see a blue violet. And you're going to breathe that into your body. And you can do that with me right now. You can breathe this blue violet light all the way down your spine, your spinal column. And I want you to breathe that blue violet all the way to your pelvic bowl, and then direct this blue energy to wherever you feel like you need some extra support in your body, wherever there's emotions or stuckness hanging out in your body. So locate an area that you want some assistance with, and then breathe that blue light or the blue violet light into that area of your being. Really working with a breath. It is very powerful just to visualize this happening, but it's even more powerful when you really breathe it into it. You let the light become embodied within you. And you really work with both the breath and the visualization of a light. So your breathing deepens and it fills out. You become conscious of your breathing and you allow the breath to carry the light wherever in your body that you want it to go to. And if you do just want a really good session of working with Archangel Michael, you're going to breathe that blue light all the way through your body to your toes and your hands, top of your head. And you're going to immerse yourself in this blue light, even every single chakra. It doesn't matter that different chakras have different colors that many of us learn about. You can breathe that specific color into every single chakra. What's also interesting to note is that when we work with a certain color of light, it's not just the archangel associated with that color who comes in to support us. If our higher selves allow it and are open to it, we also have access to working with all of the ascended masters and angels, beings of light, who work within that ray. So in the sapphire blue light, you're also going to be invoking the Sirian masters and elders, the blue beings from Sirius, and many, many more beings. And you don't really have to know about these other beings or even understand. If you just want to say, I really want to connect with the medicine of the blue light, and if you want to stick to just really focusing on that archangel, that's all you need to know, because your higher self will configure the rest for you, always with your permission and your highest and best in mind. So let's talk about the different colors and what they can do, because they are very, very powerful. And I can tell you for sure, if you spend, from here on out, 10 minutes a day breathing that sapphire blue light into your body, just, visualizing it in your aura, vibrating with that blue and saying, Archangel Michael, thank you for filling me. And you do that every day for a week. You will experience a shift of some sort, a gift from the blue ray. And the blue ray, let's start off with the blue ray's energies, because the blue ray can be a little bit intense. It's not like a rose quartz light, which we'll talk about in a moment, of working with that, which is a much gentler frequency. The blue ray is called the first ray of God, and it's associated with divine will. It's not really associated with divine will. It is literally divine will in light. It is the aligner of divine will. So if you're breathing this blue light into your being, what you're really asking is saying, hey, universe, I want you to fully align me with divine will. I want you to align me with my soul's mission. And I want you to clear out any density and any trauma that is not serving my truest and highest path in this now moment. So That's a very strong energy. So we start to understand why Michael, Archangel Michael, is associated with that warrior energy, very strong angelic energy. And for a lot of people, he is considered the leader of the archangels. Personally, I don't believe he's the leader of the archangels. I believe that the archangels, there's 12 primary archangels of light, and they're all on this like beautiful equal rung from, sprouted from source. But who knows? Could be. We're open. There's a lot of mysteries in life. But we can also understand why some people would consider him the leader of the archangels, why he has this warrior frequency, is because that blue is like no bullshit. Like, let's get to the truth. Let's embody divine will. And it's also associated with the whales and the dolphins and water, the number 5, the throat chakra. So it is a color of singers and people who work with vibrational sound medicine. It's really good at transmutation. So if you know a little about color rays, you might have heard about the violet ray or the violet flame. The violet flame, which we'll talk about more in a second, is the ray or the color flame that is typically associated with transmutation, and it's incredible for that. But blue as well is also incredible for transmutation in a little bit of a different way. My experience of the blue is it asks you to do more of the work. Like the violet, for me, I bring in the violet flame and it just burns up the density and the distortion. The blue, I bring it in and it's like, this is where you need to come into alignment. These are the changes in your life that you need to make. These are the changes in your thoughts you need to make. The blue is kind of like a trainer, like at the gym, right? It's like you're lifting the weights and the trainer is going to be like, do this and do this rep. And if you want this outcome, these are the areas of the body you want to work with. You want to get strong, but they're not going to do really the work for you. Although at the same time, the Blu-ray does do a lot of the work for you. You'll have to experience it to see, I think, because what I really mean by that is like the blue is going to come in and it will transmute a lot for you, but you can't just bring it in and expect that all the density in your life is going to clear out when you're working with the blue violet ray or the blue ray and you're just going to do nothing. It is going to be like, you gotta make these changes. You gotta show up and show up in the alignment that we are bringing and gifting you. But it does clear the way and open the path for you at the same time. It makes it easier, much easier to follow your soul's mission. When I bring the Blu-ray and I sit in Blu-ray sessions with people, it's strong medicine, and it can bring up resistance of the ego because it is literally asking everything to fall into alignment. So you can explore so much of the Blu-ray, and right now I do have a special on Blu-ray sessions with me, 1-hour sessions where we drop in with the Blu-ray, Archangel Michael, and all of the beings who come with the Blu-ray. So if you're interested in that, if you're watching this video close to when I'm uploading it, you can check the description below. If you're watching this after, January 2022, can still check out my website because I will in the future, which is the time you're living in, hello from the past, have a lot of offers around the Blu-ray. It is a ray that I carry, and I love to facilitate activations with the Blu-ray to help you work more deeply with it and with Archangel Michael and the Syrians. So, okay, so that's the Blu-ray. So we could work with that energy. Let's talk about violet, which I talked about, momentarily. The violet is a color of transmutation, the violet flame, the violet ray. We can fill our fields with a violet, and anywhere, any emotion that is dense or distorted, anything in our body that is not really flowing, the energy isn't flowing, we can visualize the violet flame burning it up. Why is it able to do this? Well, the violet is the color also of forgiveness. It brings in the purity and the power of forgiveness, because how is something really transmuted? How is it really taken from one thing into a higher vibration, into source energy? Well, that's through love. And so the violet brings in full love and full forgiveness, but strong and to the point and direct. It's like nothing can really escape that violet flame and that violet ray when it's really directed right into that energy. So if you're also working with violet, what's also going to occur, violet is that higher chakra energy. And when I'm with clients and in sessions, if I see violet in someone's aura, if I'm picking up on violet in their field, what to me that indicates is they have psychic, mystical gifts. Like their soul signature and their natural soul frequency and their way of showing up in the world and in other worlds is a very sort of mystical, psychic, intuitive, higher dimensional wisdom, just gifts and vibe. That's what I associate it with. So this might be the channelers and the psychics and the really powerful healers might be carrying this violet flame or this violet light in their energy field. If you want to connect more deeply with that violet light, you can also work with amethyst. You can actually have an amethyst. And Archangel Zadkiel is the angel that is coming with that violet light. So you're also calling in Archangel Zadkiel. And you can work with the amethyst. You can hold an amethyst and see this violet just like coming in and out of this amethyst and it being literally the embodiment of violet light, in the way that a sapphire stone would be an embodiment for the sapphire ray. So amethyst is a little bit more affordable, and a lot of us have that in our homes or necklaces and things like that. So you can clear that stone and also work with it. If you're doing a session with the violet light, you can actually hold it as well. So let's talk about green, the emerald green energy. So this is associated with Archangel Raphael. And when we breathe in this emerald green light, a lot of people think purely Archangel Raphael, they think purely of him and Raphaela, which is the feminine aspect of this angel, because they have both, they're actually androgynous beings who have masculine and feminine expressions and embodiments. We think of it as this green light as healing, is good for physical health, and it is. Raphael is the angel of healers. However, my experience of the emerald light, and if you do a little bit more research into how people are working with it, you will find that it is also the color of abundance. So if you are wanting to experience more abundance in your life, you can fill your body with emerald green light. And I recommend, sitting for 5, 10, even 15 minutes and just breathing in this emerald light from head to toe. And as you breathe in this emerald light and filling every cell of your body with this emerald light, bringing it through your chakras, bringing it into your aura, it's going to start to harmonize you with Gaia, because that green is also the energy of Gaia and the abundance of Gaia. It's going to start to harmonize you with true abundance and also show you and highlight for you ways that you may not be in alignment and in allowance and in openness with the abundance of Gaia, and it will start to clear that and the abundance of the universe as well. So emerald is a really powerful color for healing, and Archangel Raphael, Raphaela, and abundance. So let's talk about gold. So gold is not associated necessarily with just one angel. Gold is actually associated with all of the angels, because gold is more that source energy, that Christ consciousness, sun, solar, beautiful source energy. And if you think about the colors, this is how I currently see it at my level of consciousness, with my level of understanding, right? I'm always open to have my understanding shift and new teachings come in intuitively. So that's what I, preface that with. But I see it as like this gold, the beautiful gold ray at the center, and then it birthing like source energy, that beautiful gold, golden white, platinum consciousness, birthing these rays of light. So all of us contain gold, and all of the angels also vibrate with gold. And gold is also a signature frequency of the angelic realms. So if you are filling your body with gold, you're working with a very high frequency. And this is actually the frequency that in my sessions that are not Blu-ray sessions, we will fill our bodies with. We'll see the gold ray really being the golden light of the higher self coming in and filling the central channel and just receiving this gold. And this is going to activate you into Christ consciousness. This is going to activate you into solar energy. And also, by the way, we tend to think the society of solar energy as just masculine, like Father, Sun, Mother Earth, but there is feminine solar energy as well, and that is such a beautiful frequency. So that gold is going to connect you with the angelic realm, with source consciousness, with Christ consciousness, and it's totally going to fill you. Let's do maybe one more color. Let's talk about rose quartz, the rose quartz pink. If we're working with rose quartz pink, we're calling on angels of love, like feminine love, divine mother's love. We're calling on the archangels that bring divine feminine love. And it's a very healing, nurturing frequency. And when I see this in someone's aura and I feel, this rose quartz pink that they carry, because we carry these colors of lights as well, not just the archangels, that tells me that they're such a gentle soul. They're such a nurturer, and they're very pure. But it actually is quite difficult to be a rose quartz carrier, rose quartz medicine carrier in a human body, because you are so sensitive and you are so loving that unless you had a very emotionally intelligent family growing up, spiritually evolved family that really respected your sensitivity with diet, with how they spoke to you, with what they took you around, with what they exposed you to, you're gonna have like really constricted to try to protect yourself. Okay. That's actually one of the reasons why rose quartz pink carriers, when I work with them, can oftentimes have extra weight on them, which is their way of trying to protect themselves and create an extra cushion and an extra padding so that their sensitivity has a safer place to be. So the rose quartz, light, but, and if that's the case, maybe if that's you, working with the rose quartz light consciously is going to help to just shed all of that, all of the energetic weight, all of the constriction as you're coming into this, more adult being, adult body, and really remembering your sovereignty and that you get to call the shots about yourself in this life. It's just going to help to just like release all of that. So the rose quartz pink light, again, is like this feminine love, nurturing energy, very heart-based. And it's something that you want to work with if you need emotional support, if you feel like you need a mother's hug. Mother Mary, who some people call the Queen of the Angels, is associated with this pink light, among a couple other colors as well, but definitely with the rose quartz pink light. And again, there are angels that will come to you with this light, this rose quartz pink light, or any color light, but there are also ascended masters who vibrate with this light as well, who will come. And I feel personally that Kuan Yin also comes with this rose quartz pink light. I do see Kuan Yin as more of that silvery lilac light, but I do see her coming in and being invited with that rose quartz pink light of compassion. And you also might even see different dragons, rose quartz pink dragons, high vibrational, high dimensional dragons coming in. So that's what's so cool when you're working with angelic medicine. You can call in that angel or the archangel that you're working with, that you want to work with. You can call in the light frequency of what you want to work with, and you can just focus on that, the color light and the angel. However, like I said, you're also welcome to open up your spidey senses, and recognize that there are many, many masters and beings of light who work on and within this ray. So when you fill yourself with a certain color of light, you are opening up to so much cosmic assistance. It is so powerful. It is so beautiful. And this light can go really deep. It's up to you. How deeply do you want to breathe into this light? How often do you want to work with this light? Your experience will be very different if you're working with, say, an emerald light for 5 minutes once every 2 weeks, versus you're working with that emerald light, breathing it in 10 minutes a day, every day, while also asking Archangel Raphael for support throughout the day. And always when you're asking for help from an angel, I recommend asking out loud. So if you really want to go deeply with angel medicine, you want to go deeply with a certain archangel and frequency of that medicine, it might look like something like this. Let's take the emerald ray that we just spoke about. Maybe you're going to do 5 or 10 minutes a day, maybe 15 minutes of just breathing in that energy so deeply into every part of your being, into your aura. And then throughout the day, you might also say out loud, Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with healing energy. Archangel Raphael, thank you for being my guide and mentor at this time. Archangel Raphael, thank you for aligning me and harmonizing me with the energy of true abundance. Whatever you're asking for help with, maybe you need physical help for your health. Archangel Raphael, fill this area of my body with light, and thank you for bringing healing energy to it. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, for guiding me to anything I need to know, see, hear, or feel in order to experience a full and complete healing into fifth dimensional crystalline health. And so it is. So working with both light and prayer out loud, if you really want to go deeply with angelic medicine, is probably what I would recommend. So again, actually, let's just take a deep breath. That was a lot. That was a lot. Oh, and they're also saying, you can also wear the colors. So you can wear the colors, and you can also have even your water. If you wanted to work with, say, sapphire blue, get a sapphire blue glass or special bottle. I have one from Blue Bottle Love that I absolutely love. Again, the company's called Blue Bottle Love. And you can drink sapphire blue water that's been infused with that. You can wear sapphire blue. You can work with crystals like lapis lazuli for the sapphire blue, the blue ray. Very powerful stone to work with. Any of the stones that carry that color is very literal. It's like if the stone is that color, it's going to carry that ray, right? So there's just so much, you can do here. And I do want to assure you that these colors and the color of light and the archangels are very powerful. Like if you work with them and you commit to it, your life will be changed. But it's better if you do it consistently. The last thing that I'll add to that too is you want to be mindful of how the color is affecting you, because if you are only working with, say, blue light or violet light, those are the intense frequencies. Something like an emerald light is a harmony of the heart. But the blue light or the violet light is never going to hurt you. It's going to be very, very powerful. But you just want to be mindful to not work with it too much in order to cause too much of a detox and activation too quickly. Because your nervous system is being filled with this light. So if when you're breathing in a certain color light, you're starting to feel your nervous system in resistance and it almost feels like, wow, this is too much for me. Listen to that. That's not your ego. That's your nervous system saying, look, I'm at my capacity right now with integrating the medicine from that color frequency. I need a break. And if you still want to work with light, you can just choose a more, a different one that your body is like, okay, cool, like we can vibe it with that. Rose quartz pink, very nurturing. Green, strong, but still nurturing and balanced. White and gold can be very, well, gold especially can be very strong and powerful, but you can kind of like cycle through them and feel which feels best for you in that moment, or just take a break and come back to it when you feel integrated and more open. So like I mentioned, if you're watching this video close to the time that I'm uploading this, I do have January coaching specials, one of them including a blue ray activation session. These are super powerful and they will help you to activate your soul's mission. And the other day I had a blue ray session, and what happened for this woman is that she had this dream that she was telling herself, this is a far off dream. It can't happen anytime soon. So I'll just kind of like vibe out with my life right now. And the Blu-ray came in and was like, you can have this dream like that if you want. Just step into it. Work with the blue. Clear out all these attachments of these things that you're believing from society, linear, that has nothing to do with your power. And this warrior priestess emerged with that blue light, and this true essence of her stepped forth. And we really vibrated like that and talked about some things that she needed to let go of if she really wanted to step into that power quickly and powerfully and just like choosing it. So the Blu-ray sessions, it's like, who knows what's going to happen? It's the Blu-ray channeling through you. Sirius might come, and you might connect with this the blue temple of light from Sirius. Who knows what's going to happen? We also have a sacred business activation session as well available if you did need support with your sacred business and wanted some angelically channeled healings and information to support you for your beautiful spiritual business. And finally, I also have a bonus available if you do join my long-term mentorship, the Angelic Business Academy. And so I'll leave that with you. You can check out, the offers in the description and have fun working with light. Come back to me. What color of light just, vibes with you? And we didn't cover them all. There's so many, right? It's like we could have talked about, yellow is like yellow gold, but also like this beautiful yellow. There's orange. There's this like ruby red ray. There's like the silvery energy. Even lilac is a little bit different to the violet, carries a little bit of a softer, more Venus, Venusian frequency. So you can explore, on your own and just tune into what colors feel most resonant for you and what just feels like super yummy to your soul. The more you work with these colors in respect to your nervous system and what you're available for, capable of receiving at that time, the more powerfully you are going to expand your light quotient, activate your crystalline DNA, and step into a higher, more vibrational timeline, more abundantly vibrational timeline. So lots of love. Let me know if you have any questions, and see you soon.